Welcome back to the North America tournament. Here we are with our losers grand finals matchup. It's number 2 versus number 3. Wouldn't have it any other way. PikaPwn versus tekkito here in our grand finals pool. I'm excited to see this. This is a rematch from a winners bracket matchup, the one that sent tekkito down to losers in the first place. PikaPwn barely making it through on a tiebreaker victory. My name is Hubba. Joining me on the cast is going to be iFlame. How are you feeling about the matchup?
It's an exciting one. A little biased as a Canadian, but it's going to be a good one either way, especially given that their last one went to tiebreaker. It wasn't an easy journey back here for tekkito. Beat TTV UFO, the #1 seed in the tournament, 7-5. Of course, it is Pez waiting for the winner of this one up in that winners bracket grand finals. And I mean, it's kind of interesting. These two have somewhat similar skill sets as well. Both very comfortable on the hidden. PikaPwn very good at the alt control maps. And so there is going to be, I would imagine, a lot of overlap in the types of maps that these two want to pick. We do see, looks like PikaPwn banning out that DT4. Then we're going to get the hidden 2 ban from tekkito. So not feeling quite as comfortable as
Oh,
PikaPwn on the low AR hiddens.
yeah, that is a bit of a shock there. I suppose it's because it's that 230 BPM density maybe would be the reason why. But even then, like, I don't know. A very interesting band there from tekkito.
It is, because I mean, Pika is really, really good at those low AR hit-ins, but tekkito is usually really comfortable enough on them as well. And I do think a lot of this match, I think we talked about this before the stream started, but a lot of it is going to be about skill cap, because PikaPwn did take tekkito to tiebreaker and win it back in semifinals, but obviously the pool is a little bit harder now. In fact, 2 rounds harder than when they last played. And tekkito tends to scale incredibly well, is very good at some of those harder pools. And so I am very excited to see how Pika can perform on a little bit higher star rating.
Especially with how much raw mechanics there is in this pool, right? Of course, that DT1 being a bit of a hybrid map, the Mr. Kill Myself in DT2 is incredibly scary. The 300 BPM DT3 with Densetsu no Sabori, Yaragi Banashi in the HR1. We got a good bundle of mechanics here for tekkito to play around with, except for that DT2 now. That being a PikaPwn band makes a lot
Yeah.
of sense.
Yeah, so it looks like PikaPwn is going to be banning out more of the tapping. We're going to see tekkito ban out most likely the reading, which it does make a lot of sense to me. PikaPwn, not a player that plays 300 BPM, I think it's safe to say. And I mean, in terms of other reading options in the pool, we're looking at something like the No Mod 6, which does have a slight precision element as well, but it's mostly going to be about that AR 7.5. But, with only 2 reading maps in the pool, should be easy enough for tekkito to ban those out.
Yeah, fairly comfortable bands there. That DT4 getting rid of your standard AR 10.5 DT alt situation, and tekkito being rid of the CS 8.5 also
Oh,
makes a lot of sense. The CS 8.5 aim there and over, taking us back to some 2019 antics with that one. And still one more precision map remaining in that hard rock pool with Super Luminal available to PikaPwn. Perhaps a quick scout there on the CS 6.5 flow aim pick, but the precision aim is what is falling to the wayside with that ban.
yeah. I mean, 8.5 is just so difficult if you don't take a ton of time to practice it. I mean, the difficulty as you get like up to AR, or sorry, CS8, CS9, it almost feels exponential with how small the circles get, so it does make a lot of sense, and we're going to get a very quick pick from tekkito. It's going to be War, as it looks like it's going to be our 243 BPM pick. Of course, tekkito is going to pick pretty much, I think, as much of the speed as possible.
Yeah, going straight into war. This map being the 240 BPM raw stamina map, unforgiving, is the nature of this one, just constant death streams. But I think it being 240 BPM is curious with regards to accessibility, right? Of course, DT2, you have to worry about the DT comfort check, the AR 10.5, and everything involved with that finger control. But this one, just a raw binary skill set, just that raw tapping. And I think PikaPwn might have some accessibility here in comparison to the map that he banned.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit stamina intensive. I think the accuracy early on in the map is going to be very telling as to how comfortable both of these players feel at this BPM. Obviously, since it is tekkito's first pick, you do expect that tekkito is going to be feeling pretty good about this map. PikaPwn going to be the big question mark here, and I do think, at least early on for the first few picks, they should be, able to find picks that are relatively advantage for them. So I don't know that we're going to see too many breakpoints, at least for the first couple of picks.
Yeah, Empyrean Maelstrom. Empyrean, a word that I still don't know the meaning of, despite the only context I've seen it in is OCB maps.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't tell you.
Oh, dear goodness. Well, this map really just throws you right in the center of it, huh? It's 96 for tekkito, a little bit of a rough go of it for PikaPwn in our early bursts. Quick reset as well, but the 84% looking to be maintained by PikaPwn, unfortunately. The density here in these aim and stream patterns just a little bit too vast for him.
Yeah, I mean, PikaPwn's doing his best, but it definitely seems like a good pick for tekkito, as tekkito is already 3xing PikaPwn's score and does find the chain miss there, but it just doesn't matter. There's just X's, 50s, 100s all over the place. And third away to the map, Tup, I think it's safe to say this one's pretty over.
Yeah. This one, luckily will go by quick. We're only looking at 2 minutes 30 of length.
But will be short.
yeah, but it's gonna. It's like I don't see their scores going up much higher. Like it's probably gonna end at like a 150k for tekkito or something. Fairly confident here is the raw stamina for tekkito, just having a bit of a speed edge.
Yeah, exactly. And it does make me curious what the other maps that PikaPwn banned out would have looked like, given how this one's going. But and this is never a map you expect to beat tekkito on, right? This is you just kind of accept that this is a guaranteed loss and go next. Wait for your own pick.
Yeah, I think the bans on the DT to DT4 might have been a approach rate related.
Yeah.
Just like not really much of a DT specialist in comparison to tekkito, who he's been filling those maps in OWBC for a hot chunk of change now. So
absolutely.
It's tekkito nailing these ending bursts. Will my prediction be true? Will it be 150k at the end, or will he go over?
Oh, might make it to 160. It's gonna be close.
Oh, rats. How is he so consistent on those cut streams? My goodness. Ends it off for the 100k.
Yeah, they're not easy. I definitely don't think the, aim is necessarily the issue for tekkito, but is very good at those kind of cut streams. But, now PikaPwn gets the pick. We should see a map that you expect to be a whole lot closer. It's a very quick No-Mod 1 pick going into the aim consistency, I would assume.
Yeah, the snap No-Mod 1 makes plenty of sense here for PikaPwn, one of the stronger raw aim players in this Grand Finals 3. And yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot of this, right? I'm expecting to see No-Mod 1, Hidden 1, even Hard Rock 1, because Hard Rock 1 not even really as much of a stamina map as the as any of the other speed picks in this pool.
Yeah, I mean, PikaPwn is confident enough on those Hard Rock picks that I do think Hard Rock 1 is going to be a real option here. But, you know, tekkito is a very good aim player as well. I mean, tekkito can play almost everything at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he's been a podium finisher in this tournament for the past 3 years now, maybe past 4.
Yeah.
Like, he is a consistent lad when it comes to 1v1s in the Americas.
We just wait now for the players to ready up so we can get into PikaPwn's first pick. And there we go. I definitely expect to see some higher combos on this one. I have to imagine the players are going to be a little bit more comfortable than like 70 and 85% accuracy. And as I say that, they both immediately miss on the first pattern. And so they will be able to rebuild these combos somewhat, but I think they both missed on the exact same note. So it's just going to be even for it now.
Yeah, very comfy, cozy start to this one. After those early breaks, it's pretty much tied scoreline. I think they broke on just about the same combo, the same jump at the beginning, so same accuracies, and everything is all tied up for the most part. We could just pretend that they're both FCing, really.
Exactly. We didn't see anything. They're both full comboing, close to less ranking. This is a pretty tough stream into jump section, but both of them nailing it so far into these cross-screen jumps now. Both of them surviving it, so still going to be anyone's game, and stuff does get slightly easier, but by no means free, at least until we get to the next ki. You know, even though it's slightly easier, you can miss on any one of these jumps, but I mean, accuracy going to be a non-factor in this one as we get into some of these 1-2 patterns. Tekkito is going to find a big miss, and PikaPwn showing why this was the first pick. So good on that aim.
Yeah, still holding true. Makes it out of that ki, that big, scary stream at the tail end of those triangle jumps. Not going to be striking them out, and PikaPwn's still hot on this tail, right? I mean, the combo is down, but building up that recovery, ready to pounce with the accuracy, still just about even between these two players. PikaPwn just looking to build up this score wall between the two of them. It's 60k now. We'll have to see how far he can build it up and hopefully avoid missing at this halfway point.
Yeah, I mean, this one is looking so good for PikaPwn. You know, even if you do miss now, it's a solid lead. And yes, tekkito is on a recovery, but at the halfway point, 90,000 points is a lot to make up, especially in a 1v1 where the score doesn't go over nearly that quickly. PikaPwn into the next really tricky pattern. If PikaPwn can hit this one, going to be very, very set to win this one. Does find the miss though, so does tekkito. Trades that one back, and PikaPwn should be able to hold on to this lead. There is still a fair bit of map to go, but it's a pretty big score deficit at this point, especially with no combo.
Yeah, that trade massive for PikaPwn, confirming this point. It is up to a disaster at this point to drop this one, especially as combos are traded again. That's just holding the line that has already been set by PikaPwn with that initial 1k combo. And with, I mean, the cursor shakes are there. You are at NAT Grand Finals, but don't worry, PikaPwn, you're in safe hands. You see the break, you are far and away content with the score lead.
Yeah, and there's just not enough combo left to put this one, so PikaPwn will be getting the point, as some people would say. Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop indeed for the Canadian.
Means tekkito is gonna have the next pick. Is there more speed in the pool, or has it all been thinned out? That is the question.
It's just DT3. The 300. It's the DT4 ban was the DT alt map. The 300 BPM map actually it's still around.
All right.
I'm actually curious if PikaPwn plays like it plays a little bit of hardball and doesn't pick HR1 until way later in the match to see if tekkito picks it for tapping. That would be curious.
Could be. That would be interesting. And I mean, that's the thing about 1v1s. You don't need to be able to play the map. You just need to be able to play it better than your opponent. 50k to 25k, still a win.
Yeah, that is a big double up on combo, but double the misses. A hearty sacrifice for PikaPwn on that pick.
Yeah, it is a combo game after all.
Just awaiting that. Oh, actually, tekkito not in the lobby, having a little bit of research on that DT, perhaps getting used to the AR. Thinking of other picks for him, I mean, you have to wonder how these hiddens are going to turn out, right? I think the result of the hiddens is going to be like a big factor of this matchup because PikaPwn very, very confident on those hiddens, but then you look deeper at the maps in question. I mean, it's Suicide Parade, Temple of Technology. The tech presented in that map is very scary. I believe was most recently in the Cal Online tournament, and players were having a bit of a rough time, but we are opening up with the DT1 hybrid instead. It's going to be the Lonely People pick from tekkito to rip the band-aid off of the new mod pool.
Yeah, I think just trying to abuse the high AR. It is AR 10.5, the highest in the pool, and I don't think PikaPwn as comfortable at AR 10.5, so feels like a very good pick.
Yeah, and again, you're looking for this AR 10.5 reading. You're looking for the hybrid aim to come true. Some of the tapping elements in here as well, but if you are a PikaPwn fan, you probably have some high hopes for this one, right? Of course, PikaPwn just did win an aim pick. If the burst speed is there today, in this map not really as stamina intensive, PikaPwn could have an in for this one. Remains to be seen.
Yeah, you know, but I appreciate your optimism. We'll see whether it, you know, maybe optimism is all you need to learn how to read AR 10.5.
I mean, look, I like believing my beautiful Grand Finals players can do no wrong. I'm here for hoping for a close match.
They will FC every map, of course.
Yes. It's only what, the 8.6 star pool or something?
Something like that, yeah.
Some slight.
And you can read AR 10.5, right, Hubba?
With the hidden modification, of course.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's the secret. Just add hidden.
But early goings here. This map has a bit of a slow in for it. Of course, you're looking for that 10.5 comfort, and that is being presented in the accuracy, right? Of course, PikaPwn finding these cheeky 100s on these little stop-and-go kick sliders, but tekkito actually finding a very uncharacteristic miss there on the kick sliders, and some bursts underway. PikaPwn to trade it, but tekkito as well means that that initial kick slider break actually gave PikaPwn a bit of an opening. The accuracy not going to matter as much. It's a less than 100k score lead to that point. And another chain miss. PikaPwn with the combo advantage coming off of that first burst.
Yeah, PikaPwn all of a sudden with a very real chance in this map. Does find the slider break, but does avoid the chain miss, so the accuracy is going to be even. And has managed to build up a 10,000 point lead, which isn't a lot, but tekkito continues to find misses. PikaPwn again and again is finding these incremental combo advantages of 50-200 combo, and although it's not much, it will add up over the course of the map. We are halfway through now, and it is still 11,000 points in favor of PikaPwn. So, you know, while it's far from a safe lead for PikaPwn, it's a lot better than we were expecting this map to go, I must say.
Hey, I wasn't saying anything. It is the accuracy very close. Just the difference of a couple 100s between these two players, and a third of map remaining. Again, it's only 20k, so PikaPwn, this is still very, very scary streaks, especially on these longer streams. And tekkito holds through, only breaking at the tail end there. PikaPwn needs to bolster a bit of combo in this latter Ki and hope for no fall apart on that other burst, because one fall apart is all it takes to confirm the pick for the other side for either of these players at this point, this deep into a DT pick.
Yeah, and it's still only 15,000 points. It could go either way, but it really hasn't been the high AR for PikaPwn. It has just been some of these longer streams that PikaPwn is finding big chain misses on and dropping a ton of accuracy. 93% to 95.5 is pretty much all of the score advantage right now. And score lead continues to grow slightly. There it goes for PikaPwn, not able to keep up on that one. And tekkito looked dicey for a little bit, but does take the second point.
Yeah, the burst unfortunately became longer than like 12 notes.
Yes.
That was a little tough.
Just a little too many notes.
Very solid score from tekkito, all things considered. Had some cheeky slider breaks tucked in there, but probably about, I mean, 6 misses, 3 slider breaks about. Like, not a bad score at all for that DT1. Able to bring it back at the tail end, and now it's a no-mod 2 for PikaPwn, keeping up that no-mod comfort seemingly back-to-back, just going down the line here.
Yeah, PikaPwn's just picking every map in order. Next we're gonna get the no-mod 3.
I mean, I wouldn't be terribly surprised with the pick.
Yeah, I mean, PikaPwn is like genuinely good at no-mod 3, so it wouldn't be unreasonable, and like it wouldn't actually be a bad pick, but yeah, this one's going to be a stream consistency. 212 BPM, I think, is going to be a lot more manageable of a tapping BPM for PikaPwn, so I definitely expect this one to be competitive.
Yeah, PikaPwn, plenty of raw stream flowing comfort. I mean, this is the kind of stuff the guy farms on the day-to-day. Shouldn't be too big of an issue for him. Of course, we are looking at the consistency elements, right? It's 4.5 minutes long. If you are finding some unfortunate overaims in your top half with the chain miss, it's hard to come back from that if you do that at the top of the map. It's a constant war of attrition trying to recover that accuracy. So you're hoping for consistency all the way through on this one.
That is going to be the big question. The map is indeed as long as its name.
Here we go. Air 9.8, OD 9.8, I believe. Oh my god, all NoMod 1 through NoMod 4 is all Air 9.8. A fun fact about this pool.
And I mean, yeah, it is a pretty standard AR at this star rating. A very comfortable one.
Yeah, just hoping for that comfort to keep up. The flowing in this map chock full of XL, decel, and very tricky quint cut stream patterning. It is a handful more breaks from PikaPwn here to rip us off. A 5% accuracy deficit as well, and this is what I was talking about before this map started. If you find those hiccups in the top half with this flowing difficulty, you are fighting for the rest of the map to try and claw back that accuracy advantage. Right now it's back to 4 and building up for each of these players, but this map incredibly volatile in making you control your cursor the whole way through. Not going to be an easy task as both nail that final XL stream before it spinners.
Yeah, not going to be an easy task at all. Only one FC on the leaderboard for this map. Gives a bit of an idea as to just how hard it is to survive the full 4.5 minutes. You know, we are going to see some higher combos. You know, you can certainly get up to 500, even 1,000 combo plus, but To get through the full 4 minutes without finding a couple misses here and there is so challenging, especially when you get into these really big spacing changes, these longer death streams, and I mean, the cutbacks are just super awkward on some of these patterns. Both players looking really good. tekkito finds a really big chain miss. Now, PikaPwn should be able to bring this one back just as to hit this last stream at the end and hits the spacing, but still more to come. These streams do not let up. PikaPwn finally trades that miss back. Wasn't able to bring that score lead back over, unfortunately. tekkito has had a very good recovery.
Yeah, and this map is so scary. Of course, you have these little 1/3 sections tucked in the middle of the streams in the section, and right now this 20k lead is pretty much just that initial accuracy lead, right? It's 2%, 20k score. The only thing dividing these players is that accuracy, and PikaPwn looking for a chain miss like that from tekkito just needs to hold his metal for a little bit longer to bring that score lead back to his side, but unfortunately both players chain missing, and it's the closest of margins going into our final third here, iPlan.
Yeah, and the streams do not get any easier towards the end. tekkito finds another miss. PikaPwn has been able to build up some combo, and finally that score bar does flip over towards PikaPwn now. Has a chance to build this combo, but that's a very tough pattern. Finds a slider break on that. tekkito does trade it back, so not gaining any ground, but it's only 2,000 points. Every accuracy drop, every chain miss will make a big difference here. We get into some of these more linear aim patterns. PikaPwn finds one miss, but then turns it into a chain miss. tekkito finding only a couple misses, so is going to be able to keep that accuracy up. tekkito actually misses that entire stream. Both players having a very tough time. tekkito keeping that accuracy up, 10,000 points now, but still a quarter of the map to go now. It does slow down a little bit. tekkito is going to be able to build up a little bit of free combo, especially with PikaPwn finding that miss, but it is just going to come down to this ending. Who finds more chain misses on this ending?
Yeah, it's just these little overaims from PikaPwn on those stack sections. Another fall. And unfortunately, it is the fall from Grays held the lead for just a fleeting moment. Now tekkito found his opening in this match, gave an inch and took a mile. It's going to be tekkito 500 combo at the tail end of this pick to make this breakpoint happen. Was just a 2k advantage, now 60k and growing. Finally the miss to fall, but with the accuracy, with the combo, everything in favor of the OWC captain. It's gonna take a lot more than that to make a point come to fruition. It is the first breakpoint of the match, 3-1 for tekkito off the Nomad 2.
Yeah, very nicely done by tekkito. I mean, pretty decent margin in the end. It was really close for a while, but tekkito really pulling away towards the end, and is going to have the next pick as well. Does still have one of those DT maps open. I believe still has that DT 3 as an option, but you know, we certainly could see tekkito. You know, I think the Hidden 4 would be Temple of Technology, would be a very strong pick for tekkito. You know, going into some more of that slider tech style mapping.
Yeah, I wouldn't be terribly surprised. tekkito just needs to get a point on one of those maps, so that way then we can see like a different angle into the match, right? It feels like every map exception Nomad 1 has been tapping related to this point, or has been decided due to tapping related endeavors. So it's very curious. tekkito just trying to get an extra look into this one. I do think that Hidden 4 is likely the way into it. PikaPwn too consistent on aim to assume Hidden 1 is a viable pick. I mean, it could even just be the Nomad 4. It is a straight Azrok tech map, but one would assume you would want the mod comfort.
You would assume so.
Sure would.
I mean, Superliminal would also is also just a great map. I want to see that picked at some point.
what a call!
Ask
that is
and
absurd.
You shall receive.
That is absurd. I am flabbergasted by the pick, admittedly. I mean, it's 180 BPM cut streams, but it's also CS 6.5, and tekkito banning out that other precision pick. This is a very interesting shout for tekkito to be picking into this one.
Yep, not necessarily the pick unexpected, but I'm very happy to see that one come through and this is just a very fun map to watch. As you mentioned, the cut streams with the hard rock really challenging to keep the combo up on. I mean, this map should be a little bit more playable than the last one at the very least. I think players are slightly more comfortable in this kind of thing, although, you know, with the hard rock, maybe not so much.
Yeah, it is. Holding on to your flow aim comfort here. It was unfortunately PikaPwn unable to do so on the previous pick. tekkito perhaps thinking he can flow his way into a consolidation point here with this one. Remains to be seen as tekkito PikaPwn. This feels like a must-win point, right? It being down 4-1 in such scenarios is really scary. This is like the halfway point to tekkito's win con, so to speak, for those who play the Sinnoh Wordle or
Yeah,
Sinnoh Nerdle.
I see. It really depends which 4-1, you know, because there's the real 4-1, and then there's like the fake 4-1 where you're only down one breakpoint. But this, unfortunately, would be the real 4-1 where, you know, you have that. Wait, tekkito. And that's only been one breakpoint. It's the fake 4-1. You know, it's not the end of the world to lose this one. You're only down by one breakpoint.
Yeah, all's well.
Yeah, but it's not going to matter because PikaPwn is going to win this one, and it's going to be 3-2. Oh,
Oh, that's rough. Okay, well,
Oh, no.
tekkito is being very consistent on this map comparatively. Oh, okay, so it's just like over-aim the map, right? PikaPwn's misses are all just slightly over-aim related on this one. The spacing is incredibly gnarly on this pick.
Yeah, and tekkito has dropped the combo as well, but that accuracy difference is massive, and PikaPwn is going to continue chain missing on this one. We have plenty of map to go. tekkito has, once again, this is a little bit reminiscent of the very first map where tekkito just has 3 times the score of PikaPwn.
And it is a break from tekkito right before the slow section, so PikaPwn gonna have some moments to build it up, but the chain misses were so vast in that top half. This 7% accuracy difference is really going to be a hard wall to climb. You are expecting PikaPwn to FC through the whole cut stream section to make this pick come through. And luckily for him, he does get this free combo. It is only 150 combo ahead of tekkito right now, though, who is rebuilding that recovery. But the break to come through there, and a Buzz Slider pick from PikaPwn is so devastating. But the score lead has shrunk quite a bit to a point where it is within shooting distance, right? 58k, not super hard to bring back, especially with the combos, and especially with how volatile the sending section is, the cut patterns to come to. But unfortunately, it is an over-aim again on the stack from PikaPwn, and the ending streams tekkito is nailing all of it for a consolidated breakpoint.
Yeah, unfortunately, volatile is not necessarily a good thing when you're behind. Just means it is really, really hard to make up any score because everybody's missing all over the place. And actually, tekkito did hit that pattern. That was very impressive. It looks like tekkito is going to be getting that 4th point. Of course, PikaPwn will have the next pick. So, you know, surely we'll see the No Mod 3.
Surely.
You know,
I,
two
I,
maps establishes a pattern it's enough.
Yeah, I think I would like to see PikaPwn begin to lean into more aim maps. I think this is like go hidden one
Hidden
angle
one,
probably. Yeah.
I think that would make a lot of sense.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No Mod 1 just felt incredibly comfortable for him. So hidden one, not a terrible angle to go down.
Yeah. Now we could also see Suicide Parade. That would be interesting. This map pool seems to have a lot of maps, so you can just chain miss all over the place.
Grand Finals pool smile.
Yeah.
I also think it's interesting to note Tech's still an untapped well. PikaPwn can be a bit of a tech specialist in his own right, but it's going to be Hard Rock 1
Oh, interesting.
over the Hidden one. I mean, this is a map that, like, similar to the No Mod one, very easy to be consistent on, right? I mean, there's a reason why in the round table we saw however many SSs in a row from the Rectagon MREC match. I mean, it is a fairly FCable map for players in this range. So PikaPwn and Tekkito should be fairly comfortable on it. What a world would it be if we came down to an ACK battle on this map, iFlame?
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. We've had some very close moments. It doesn't usually hasn't been lasting quite until the end of the map, but we've at least had some very close battles at the start of the map. Tekkito take some time to see what it feels like to be on the red team, and wasn't a fan. You know, didn't want to go back down to 1 point, so switched back over.
Yeah, back to that right side there. PikaPwn looking to get a second point on the board, looking to recoup some losses. Just one break point down, but not the angle that he needed, losing a little bit of momentum there. The miss on the aim to kick us off from Tekkito, so no ACK battle inbound from this one. Other than the accuracy PikaPwn has currently dropped, it's a 94 to 97, and that seems to be a consistent story of this map so far. I blame it's the accuracy advantage being on Tekkito's side, him having the comfort of playing pools like this often.
Yeah, it kind of just goes back to the skill cap thing, right? You drop a couple extra hundreds on a lot of these patterns and you can quickly come out to a 2-3% accuracy difference. If you're finding those consistently, PikaPwn is going to find that first miss. Tekkito with some hundreds, but holds on to the combo, and that combo matters so much. And this is a very short map, only a minute and 48 seconds, so Tekkito is going to be growing the score lead very, very quickly as PikaPwn finds yet another miss. Tekkito holding that full combo halfway through the map, nailing these streams, no problem at all.
Yeah, it's just that one miss, and with how consistent this map is, it's going to be hard-pressed to see Tekkito find that drop, but he does. It's a 130k difference, and like you said, this is a very short map. If PikaPwn sees the rest, there is a chance for it to come back, but this ending so devious. Another miss from Tekkito, opening up that door even more, but the jumps so tricky. These obtuse angle triangles, a couple more streams remaining, but is there going to be enough time for PikaPwn? With the accuracy equalized, 30k, drinking down to 20k. Will there be enough? The final jump, and time is not on his side.
So close, but just ran out of time at the end. Needed another 50 combo and probably would have had it, but it's going to be Tekkito's pick now. And you know, how about this? This is okay. I was commentating a 5 USC match earlier. It was Virginia versus Florida, and Virginia went up 4-1, then they went up 5-1, and then they lost 7-5. So, you know, PikaPwn can still win this one.
Hey, believers rise up, honestly. There's a reason why I'm optimistic about that DT one.
Yeah.
But yeah, very close map there, both 600k. Unfortunately, it's just a little too late. An unfortunate placement on the break for PikaPwn and Tekkito. The tapping well is not quite yet dry. if the only points tekkito gets are tapping related, though, I'll be a little bit bummed. Because
I mean, if you can just tap and abuse, might as well.
but it's not to be for the DT3. We're looking up at some Nomad 4 action, the intro to the many tech maps of this pool. We have Nomad 4, Hidden 4, and Hard Rock 4, all tapping into this well, and of course a well-known mapper in that regard with Azrael.
Yeah, and this is going to be a pretty well-known tech map. As you mentioned, it is a loved map, and I'm excited to see. I mean, tekkito obviously one of the best tech players in the game. You do expect to be very good on something like this.
I find it important to to reverberate what Pez has said in the chat. The situation is so effed. You need God, Pika. Yeah, yeah, it's a little tough being down the 2 break points here, but the Nomad comfort, the tech comfort, both in the fray for PikaPwn. I think PikaPwn, depending on the scaling of this tech map in particular, should be solid here. This map featuring a lot of cut quads and those high velocity sliders.
Yes, you know, we may have reached the God has abandoned us, but we will enjoy it stage of the match. You know, we're here for a good time. Well, let's see if PikaPwn can start getting some points back. Trying to start the comeback is going to have to start now. Very good start to the map. Who's going to drop the first 100? Everybody knows that decides the whole rest of the map.
Yeah, the intro to this one not going to be too devastating for either player, just looking to hold on to the combo before things get dicey. If you find a break in these early sections, you're gonna be chasing the rest of the map. And unfortunately for PikaPwn, it is an early Buzz Slider tapped as we go into our high velocity sliders and cut buzzes. It is an overaim from tekkito and a massive backdrop to give PikaPwn a bit of an opening. It is a trade, but still PikaPwn has some availability and life in this map.
Yeah, tekkito continues to find misses. PikaPwn is slowly recovering that combo. This is a slightly easier section now that PikaPwn should be able to use to bring this one back into a pretty tricky stream here, but both players survive it. PikaPwn gets claimed once again by that slider as tekkito now up back up to 400 combo. It is going to start to really want to run away with this one.
Yeah, these Buzz Slider breaks are the only thing stopping these players in their tracks right now. That top left Buzz Slider that took out PikaPwn, I think, was just like a little bit of an overaim on the head. And now tekkito has a bit of an edge here, has this 560 combo. There is a devious pattern upcoming at this halfway point. After this slow section, it can be a bit of a jump scare. If tekkito were to break there and PikaPwn holds through, there is an opening, and tekkito, unfortunately, breaking right before the pattern even. PikaPwn, again, still with life, 50k, the difference.
Yeah, but now we get into this crazy slider tech section, and it is so hard to hold onto the combo through that. PikaPwn makes about a 10,000 dent in the score, but still 40,000, 6,000 left to go, and no combo to do it with. You know, tekkito does find the miss, but very quickly it traded back, and it's going to be a pretty tricky deficit to make up.
Yeah, 93% down the accuracy. The combo, what is that break from tekkito? Okay, I think there's a lot of work that needs to be done, but tekkito keeps on giving PikaPwn openings, right? Like, especially through these flow sections. But PikaPwn, unfortunately, it's a lot of the density reading, I think, of these Buzz Sliders is tucked away through the higher velocity aim that makes this map so tricky. This 50k wall is going to be holding true lest we see a big chain miss from tekkito.
Yeah, I mean, even then, there's just not time to make up a 50,000 point difference at this point, so looks like tekkito is going to be on match point. I mean, PikaPwn does have another pick, but those haven't been working out so well in the match so far. But, still some options, still hidden one, and still some of the no mods open.
Yeah, for PikaPwn to bring this down the line, you need perfect Usu gameplay from here on out, and that's through a vast hidden pool, Nomad 6, but it's going to kick off with the map in question, the map that you probably should have picked a little bit earlier in retrospect. It's a big, beautiful Holy Order's Hidden One, old song with a new map, going into the 272 BPM snapping.
Yeah, we will have to see how it goes. I mean, it is going to be a very fun pick, that's for sure. And it's going to be another 4-minute map, so we're going to have plenty of time to see if PikaPwn can, get at least the second point going. Is a second point really so much to ask for?
Remains to be seen.
It does. Yeah, when tekkito is your opponent, it might be.
Yeah, tekkito just one of those players, like, you see him in open rank tournaments pretty often. Unfortunately, against the global crowd, sometimes may have a tough go of it, but he gets stronger the longer he stays alive in such tournaments. The open rank scaling of this guy kind of unmatched, and able to hold on tight to this lead for the time being.
Yeah, turns out tekkito is pretty alright in open rank tournaments. Who would have thought? Oh, yeah, tekkito has been around for a very long time now and has been at the top of the tournament scene for quite a while. And this year is looking to be no different as we get into potentially the final map. Potentially, we could end up seeing a few more if PikaPwn can claw back a victory.
Right now, you are just looking towards the snap, and both players nailing that opening flow aim stream, so nobody really falling behind in any regard. A couple 100s being the difference between these two players. And both players, I mean, on their comfort mod, on the aim consistency. You are looking for this first break with bated breath. It's going to decide the tempo of this map very quickly.
It certainly will, but no misses so far for either player. And when the combos get this big, it makes that first miss so much more dangerous. tekkito is going to be the first PikaPwn. Hits that section, but does miss on the snap aim immediately afterwards. Had a really big opportunity there. tekkito does follow it up with another miss. It's going to be 10,000 points for PikaPwn, and it's not a big lead, but you will take whatever you can get and has a slight combo advantage to work with now, but lots of tricky patterns to come, nearly dropping on that stream, but it does hold on. PikaPwn hit back? Oh my god.
These patterns are a little nuts. They play like super low PPM cut streams. Like, it is terrifying, the consistency of these patterns. PikaPwn able to keep these little combos coming whenever they show up. It's tekkito having a bit of a rough time remaining with some of the combos, but PikaPwn, that chain miss opened the door a little bit for tekkito to try and bring this point back. Only a 9k difference, and another chain miss as well. The lead flicks over. The score lead that PikaPwn once had was almost exactly on the other side. Accuracy drops as well. What a disastrous section for PikaPwn, who had such a vast advantage prior.
Yeah, who put streams in my hidden one is what's going on in PikaPwn's head. It does seem to be the tapping on this map that is really been costing PikaPwn a lot of score. Tekkito is suddenly up to a 50,000 point lead and has a lot of combo to work with here. Still a third of the map to go, and PikaPwn has a solid recovery, so can come back, but both players get caught out by that really tricky and cut stream, and now I don't know that Pika's gonna have the combo left in the map to really make up the score difference unless we see a complete collapse from Tekkito.
Yeah, with these traded breaks, it is very scary. This map, with its incremental difficulty, it's only going to get harder from here. The cut stream's so difficult, these patterns so dense despite the AR-10. These triangles, both players holding on, and PikaPwn needs an opening. Tekkito gifts it. The break finally does come through. These quads, so dangerous, but again, with a 50k wall in between them, there may not be enough time once again if PikaPwn gets time gapped by another map. What a disastrous outcome for this matchup.
I mean, hey, at least I'll be able to go to bed, so, you know, can't complain too much, but it is going back over. It's dropped by about 5,000 points, but that circle is looking almost full. We do have a burst at the end, but
Wow.
yeah, there was no time even with those combos, and that is going to do it. Huge congratulations to Tekkito for a very clean win. It's going to be moving on to face Pez in the grand finals. That will be, I'm going to have to double check. Pez, Tekkito, looks like Monday, 23:59 UTC.
Yeah, gonna be tomorrow evening for the bulk of people in chat, as well as a quick anecdote for that matchup. Tekkito versus Pez is a rematch of last year's grand finals, except in that match it went to tiebreaker. Tekkito, being the one in that winner's bracket, was able to close it out without a bracket reset. The year before, Pez coming in second place once again from that loser's bracket against Zudinator. So Pez coming to the grand finals from the winner's bracket for the first time. Will it be his year is the question to be answered tomorrow night. We'll catch you all then for the final match of North America Tournament.